There is no PVC trap with a primer on it. And I made a little video, it's at the end of this, on how to use sweeps to create this fitting. It shows you how to use sweeps and place connectors. Now I copied that from this. You're going to need these dimensions. I want you to note that the OD up here is greater than stock Schedule 40 PVC. The other fitting that's going to come in handy, and this is from the Mueller site, and their Revit files are pretty good. You're going to need this adapter, the socket by male pipe thread. Now it did have some issues. They had this connector placed out here on this surface, so the pipe, your copper pipe, didn't go into it, and the one on the threaded end was placed inside here so that when it went into the fitting, it was way down here, because you can see where this one's set. Now you can copy this stuff. Remember, you want to get in the habit of naming your reference planes. This is the only dimension that's locked because this depth remains constant. Everything else is driven by the data tables. You can make them from here if you want, and you want to make everything instance except for the lookup table name. And here's what that looks like. This one is a text parameter. You can also make them from down here. You can also edit them if you goober it. Again, you can just copy this. And the family category is pipe fitting multi-port. This step can be done any place in the process, at the beginning, the end, or the middle. You just want to make sure it gets done. Here's the lookup table. This is done in Excel. You can do it in Notepad using commas. And again, there's YouTube tutorials that'll show you how to do that in Notepad. If you need a more detailed explanation on how to model something like this, Google pipe fittings, Revit pipe fitting tutorial family. I think that about covers it. Have fun with it. Okay, if you haven't had any experience using sweeps, here's a quickie on sweeps with the void in it. Placing the reference lines, their distance isn't really critical at this time. However, it's a good habit to get into by naming them, because if you start doing more complex models and you have to click to a specific plane, the names help immensely. All right, that being said, let's get started here. We're going to do a sweep. And we lock everything using the Align tool. We have to turn on the center mark so we can align and snap to it. Lock it. And we'll add a dimension to it. And we'll give this dimension a parameter. And I've already named them This is a fitting OD. Now, when you make them on your own, you want to make sure you use instances in all cases. Good. Good. Quickie look. It is. All right. Oh, I'm going to lock these ends to it. Again, that line tool. So let's do the socket part of it. This is a void form. Getting ahead of myself here. We lock it again. Add a dimension. Put a parameter. Socket ID. What we got here. There we go. Right. Oh, we need to align that puppy. Tab key will cycle you through to that surface. Now we'll dimension it. And we want to start from the origin to the end here. Here I don't think it makes any difference which way you go. Add some parameters. This one is fitting length. This one was socket depth. Everything's locked up. Yep. We're good. Take a look at it. So let's make the length. And more than. Very good. Make this one even better. All right, let's add some connectors. The first connector you're going to put down is going to be your primary connector, which is going to be your insert point. You can change them later if you goober it. You just select the one you want it to be and reassign. Now, one with the accent. Okay. There. All right. So we need to add what these connectors, what kind of system they're for. We'll put this one on sanitary. Now, if you have a third one like we do on this, you can set the third one to cold water. Okay, sizes. That one is going to be the socket ID. And this one will be the fitting OD. And then we want to connect them. Now this was set up for bi-directional. You can set it up for in or out. Forgot about this little goodie, family category parameters. This one's set to a union.